I'm Dr. Craig Anderson. Thank you for joining me. We're going to spend just a few minutes exploring parathyroid hormone, how that works in light of vitamin D, and what that's doing to calcium in the body. So parathyroid hormone is there to save us from too much calcium or too little calcium in the blood. Our bodies can tolerate calcium and require calcium to be healthy and live. If there's too much, we got major problems. If there's too little, then we have major problems as well. We're talking about tetany, we're talking about neurological disorders, lots of trouble when calcium is not right. So we're not going to go into that on this video, but we're going to talk about what happens and how the body controls calcium. It's quite interesting. Calcium is controlled by PTH. That's the bottom line. Calcium is controlled by PTH. PTH will increase or decrease with the increase or decrease of calcium. So when calcium drops, PTH is going to increase. That increase in PTH does a few things, and the net effect of those things is increasing calcium in the blood. That's what we need to have happen. That happens from absorbing calcium from food and taking calcium from the bones. Calcium in the bones is the major storehouse of calcium in our bodies, and plenty of calcium. If it gets low, we just take it. So this is going to cause osteoporosis. We don't want that. If there's too much calcium in the bloodstream, then we're going to have a decrease in PTH. So this drop in PTH is going to happen when there's too much calcium in the bones. Then we'll drop the calcium in the bloodstream. This is done by two mechanisms: a slowing of the release of calcium from the bones. So let's save the calcium in the bones, and let's slow down the absorption of calcium from food. That's what a low PTH does. Keeps the calcium in the bones and slows down the absorption of calcium from food. Now, that's natural, that's normal, that's the way things work. Now, if you're watching this video, chances are you're going to be taking a higher amount of vitamin D. And so the game changes a little bit here. So stick with me on this. The absorption of calcium from food happens when we have this version of vitamin D, 1,25 dihydroxy vitamin D. Calcitriol is what that's called. When we have 125-OH in the system, we are going to absorb more calcium from food. So when we absorb more calcium from food, it is going to naturally increase the calcium in our blood, which will decrease PTH. So PTH is reduced by two major factors: calcium in the blood and also calcitriol. These two things can reduce PTH. So naturally, normally, if we're just have normal vitamin D going through our bodies, calcitriol is naturally increased when PTH is high. Okay? But we're artificially increasing calcitriol when we take high doses of vitamin D. And so this increases absorption of calcium from the food, inhibiting the PTH. Okay, I'm repeating that a few times because it can get a little confusing. To summarize, when we have high amounts of vitamin D, and it's working right, and we're getting the end product of 125 vitamin D, we're going to have more calcium absorbed from the gut. Now, what we covered just a moment ago was that when PTH is decreased, it decreases the absorption of calcium from the gut, and that is true. But when we are artificially increasing our vitamin D by taking very high doses, we're going to produce so much 125-OH that it's going to jump over that little step, and it's going to cause increased absorption of calcium from the gut. When someone is on high vitamin D, the recommendation typically is to reduce the amount of calcium in the diet, and the recommendation is also to increase water in the diet. Those two things are to protect the body because of this increased calcium. So let's recap a little bit. Normally, PTH is going to control calcium, and it's going to control it because of when calcium is high, it's going to cause calcium to go away from the blood. When calcium is low, it's going to cause calcium to go to the blood. When we are therapeutically using a high vitamin D, we're short-circuiting this system a little bit. And so to prevent problems, we want to reduce our calcium in our food, and we want to also drink a lot of water. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening mechanically here in the bones. So I think we understand what's going on in the gut. There's more absorption in calcium when calcitriol is high. So when calcitriol is there, we're absorbing calcium. What's happening in the bones, though? So when we have a decrease in PTH, the turnover of calcium isn't going to happen as fast in the bones. So it's going to keep that activity that causes old bone to be taken. It's going to slow that down. So we aren't inherently at risk for osteoporosis when our PTH is low. In fact, in the old days, doctors would remove the parathyroid gland, thus taking all the PTH out of the body to protect people when they have osteoporosis. So, but that's not a good thing. We're supposed to have this turnover of calcium. We are supposed to have calcium removed from the bones and placed in the bones to keep the bones fresh and nimble. It's called bone remodeling. This resorption of bone, this remodeling of bone is important. When we exercise, when we stimulate bone growth, we want bone to go away and then bone to be put back based on the stress on the bones. So when you're doing high vitamin D, the calcium going into your body, into your blood, is mostly coming from the diet. Some bones, but mostly diet. But it's not turning over the bones as fast, so we have to stimulate bone activity by using exercise. That's how we keep the bones fresh. We stimulate bone growth by stressing the bones. So this is all very high-level information, and it can be complicated. The moral of the story is PTH is there to keep our calcium in check, and knowing your PTH level can help you if you're doing therapeutic vitamin D, high-dose vitamin D, or if you have osteoporosis. If you need more information, feel free to email me. My email address is anderson@drandersondc.com. You can find more information on craigandersondc.com. Have a great day. Talk to you on the next video.